Folks, welcome to Game Talk Live. I'm Paul. To my right is a young Todd Roy. Together we're making a video game show again. It's called Game Talk Live. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Video game talk show, and it's live. I can say live a bunch of different times because we're live.
Yeah.
Todd, it's the end of the week here. It's Friday.
Thank
I
God.
really threw you for a loop. You thought I was going to
did.
say something else.
I just feel guilty when people shout my name and then point at me with authority.
So anyway, interesting article from Polygon.
Ooh.
Yeah, an author by the name of Danielle. Can't pronounce her last name because I believe it's French-Canadian.
Okay.
That's okay.
So Danielle.
That's right. Posed a very interesting question about, are we being a little lazy with how we design characters?
No.
The way you do it.
The graphic's a little confusing, but it says avoid stereotypes, write a person first. And her whole thesis, or in summation, her thesis is that we are spending too much time writing stereotypes of people and not focusing on the nitty-gritty of what characters actually could be. She used Ultimate Gay Fighter, which a lot of people may or may not be familiar with. It's one of those very buzzy stories when it came out, because there's a game where a lot of different gay fighters and you play with them and what have you. And
Ultimate Gay Fighter.
her whole thing is here was an opportunity to make interesting, real people, that were gay, but they decided to use stereotypical illustrations, as it were.
Yeah.
And you see this a lot in other games too, and it's not even about gay or what have you, it's just minorities.
Okay.
And I think the gaming community or the game designers are still having a tough time not relying on stereotypes. But I think when all you see is the same damn stereotype, it's a little narrow-minded. Can we play the Dead Rising clip, AI?
Yes.
Hey, mister.
What did you say? I am no sir. I am Cherry with 2 eyes. I'm about to take home my long-deserved Miss Gigantic California trophy.
Okay, well, good. We've got the author of the article trying to Skype in. So
We'll
here
see
we
if we
are.
can get her on.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hey, all right. Can you? Oh, perfect. We got you.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I apologize for the technical issues.
No worries. We're a bit of a complicated show here.
Look,
We've got
usually
people
when-
from sea to shining sea. So.
Plus, we're used to girls just totally ignoring us when we try to contact them,
Yeah.
so it just fell into that
Yes.
stereotype.
Yeah, it's okay. I feel like the gaming industry is getting better at that, though. Let's say within the past 2 to 3 years. Do you see any improvements in this regard? And if so, can you give any specific examples?
Well, we've definitely seen more representation in general, especially for queer characters. Before a few years ago, it was such a rare thing to see any, explicit queer characters in a game. And, I did talk a tiny bit in my article about The Last of Us, which now, I won't spoil anything, but there are perhaps 2 characters who are, speaking characters in the game that are well represented. They're not, presented as, oh, hey, here's a gay stereotype. They're characters first, they're people first, and their sexuality just happens to be something about who they are. So that's one game that's a really good example, I think, especially in the AAA space.
Yeah, I'm going to have to play The Last of Us now. I missed that whole element of it. But then again, I thought Stephen Colbert was a real Republican for about 4 years.
Yeah, well, it was all.
So that shows you my awareness
It's
level.
all part of the hook. Well, how do you pronounce your last name? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Riendeau. I tell people it's a little bit like Nintendo.
Oh, perfect. Okay, Danielle writes for Polygon. We got the article linked on our site. What's your Twitter? Are you a Twitter kind of person, Danielle?
Yeah, I am. Danielle R.I. It's just DANIELLERI.
Really interesting article about, are gamers getting better, or is AI just starting to suck?
What you talking about, Paul?
Well,
If you go in a Super Nintendo game, right?
That's right.
AI used to be all about timing. The way you time your jump.
Yeah.
You'd have to time beating the boss and all that
That's
kind
right.
of stuff.
It's all about timing.
In this day and age, most AAA games or major studios, they increase the health bar,
Ah.
or they'll give the boss a bigger weapon or something along those lines.
Yeah, or they care more about the graphics.
Yeah,
They don't
sure.
seem to care about the...
They'll add an extra long. There'll be more instead of you having to use more skill.
All right, what do you think, AI?
Well, okay, first off, I think, Paul, maybe not a harder AI, more difficult AI, but maybe ones that are a little more
Intuitive.
complex. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Or you can end up with something like in BioShock with Elizabeth. She seemed like she had a really good AI, but a lot of that was cutscenes and it was scripted. But a lot of people think.
Yeah, she didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
was
it's-
kind of like, look at that.
It's difficult for me to bash anything that has to do with AI, but
It's
I'll
not
just-
a partisan effort.
Can I show you a clip from Aliens, Colonial Marines, real quick?
Yeah,
As
let's
long
take a
as
look at that.
As long as it's not biased. Yeah.
Now they're gone.
They just phased through that.
But hold on here. I mean, you're saying the AI is poorly executed. This game, I think, is an outlier because it's just a game that everyone knows had bugs and was doomed from the start. This is about Flappy Bird showing up on Minecraft. It was only a matter of time, Todd.
The age of Flappy Birds is over. It is now the age of Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Yeah, and then, but now the Twitch Plays Pokemon videos, spoof videos are hitting the market. Go and play a video of this. This is actually kind of cool. A modder and on Planet Minecraft, you actually have to click your mouse to make your character flap the bird.
So the additional latency of actually playing this game in Minecraft actually makes this game worse. Yo, dog, I heard you like games. We put games inside your games.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.